Alrighty, there we go. And we're going to move along right here. I see that there's Donnie Rutherford is here with us. Donnie, would you like to do an invocation?
I certainly would.
Thank you.
Oh, Heavenly Father, we're so grateful to you, our Lord, for the blessings of your forgiveness. I ask that in Christ, you set us free from the guilt of the past and give us hope for the future. Lord, thank you for your goodness and righteousness. And Lord, we just ask you to be with our meeting today and let us be brothers and sisters and work together to try to bring back our country to what you'd have it to be when the founders put the Constitution together. Bless each one here, and Lord, just guide and direct all of us that we can do the very best on everything that we do. And Lord, let us try to recover from where we look like we're heading to. Of course, we know you already know what the end of the story is. But Lord, help us do and help us serve and be grateful to you, not to ourselves. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Donnie. And here we're going to have the Star Spangled Banner here. Give me a second. Someone's still unmuted. Please mute yourself in the background, especially those people with the telephones. All right. Gotta love that. Alrighty. And moving along here today, I'm Dennis Darragh. I'm the State Director for Florida Convention of States Action here. And I'd like to welcome you all to our meeting today. Thanks so much for coming. We're trying to spread the word around the state of the Convention of States that we're very active here in Florida, and we need all the help we can get just to show the other states what's going on. And we're taking this whole game seriously here in the Sunshine State, and we are gaining ground every day. Every day we have more and more people coming into the system, volunteering, stepping up for leadership roles. We're really on a roll here. We're really doing good. Florida has really stepped up. I'm really happy with what's going on. Our theme today is Washington is broken, and we know that unelected bureaucrats have stripped the states of their rightful decision-making authority. Consequently, the debt is out of control, regulations crush free enterprise, and our freedoms are being diluted. And now we have a solution that's as big as the problem. Article 5 of the Constitution allows the states to call a convention of states to propose a constitutional amendments to limit federal spending, debt, and regulations. Amendments can put big government back in its constitutional box and restore power to the states and to the people. How it works is that 34 states have to pass resolutions with the same subject matter for the Convention of States. The states elect delegates, known as commissioners, to represent them at the convention, and the states send as many delegates as they choose to the convention, but each state only gets one vote. Delegates propose, debate, and vote on amendments at the convention based on the resolution. The proposed amendments are then passed by a majority of state delegates and are sent to the states for ratification. That's where 38 states must ratify a proposed amendment, and then it becomes part of the Constitution. So we know Washington's broken. We know they're not going to fix it. The time to be used is the time when the central government has grown beyond the reach of the states, which is right now. The time is now. That's for sure. It's time to drain the swamp. And I wanted to just read another thing off our website for you. It's called the Jefferson Statement, and you can access this on the website. This is a document that our founders signed, plus a lot of other notable scholars like Mark Levin and Randy Barnett and Andy McCarthy, people like that. Anyway, they said the Constitution framers foresaw a day. We've got some people that are still not muted there. Do you think we could get some help with that, people, and take a look and mute yourself? Please. Thank you very much. I'll start over here. The Constitution's framers foresaw a day when federal government would exceed and abuse its enumerated powers, thus placing our liberty at risk. George Mason was instrumental in fashioning a mechanism by which we, the people, could defend our freedom. The ultimate check on federal power contained in Article 5 of the Constitution. Article 5 provides the states with the opportunity to propose constitutional amendments through a process called Convention of States. This process is controlled by the states from beginning to end on all substantive matters. A Convention of States is convened when 34 states pass resolutions, which are the applications, on an agreed topic or set of topics. The Convention is limited to considering amendments on these specified topics. While some have expressed fears that a Convention of States might be misused or improperly controlled by Congress, it is our considered judgment that the checks and balances in the Constitution are more than sufficient to ensure the integrity of this process. The Convention of States mechanism is safe, and it is only constitutionally effective means available to do what is so essential for our nation, restoring robust federalism with genuine checks on the power of the federal government. We share the founders' conviction that proper decision-making structures are essential to preserve liberty. We believe that the problems facing our nation require several structural limitations on the exercise of federal power. While fiscal restraints are essential, we believe the most effective course is to pursue reasonable limitations, fully in line with the vision of our founders on the federal government. Accordingly, I endorse the Convention of States project, which calls for an Article 5 convention for the sole, quote, this is quote from the Constitution, the sole purpose of proposing amendments that impose fiscal restraints on the federal government, limit the power and jurisdiction of the federal government, and limit the terms of office for its officials and for members of Congress. Now, that is our statement. As part of the Constitution, we have the right to call a convention when we get 34 states to agree on that. The sole purpose of proposing amendments that impose fiscal restraints on the federal government, a nice way of saying balance the budget, limit the power and jurisdiction of the federal government, which is ending the federal overreach, and limit the terms of office for its officials and for members of Congress. That's what we can talk about at the convention. And once we get to the convention, that's the beginning of it all. That's the beginning of all the draining of the swamp. And here's our three-part Convention of States platform. And this is what you want to remember when you're sharing in public, that we have three topics that can be discussed at the convention. And just remember when you're sharing all this, you have to remember that this is what we can talk about when we get to the convention. And I'm going to turn into my, I'm going into my police mode. There's some people that aren't muting themselves. Please have some respect and self-mute. And I'm trying to find out who it is here right now. Okay, it's quieting down there. Adventure03@yahoo.com. Could you please close your mic?
I did.
Well, I guess I'll have to try it for them. I'm sorry for the interruption here, but here we go.
Diane Leadbeater.
Okay, I had to mute everybody because there are people that couldn't seem to find the mute button. But now, if you're a speaker later on, remember, you're going to have to unmute yourself. Please don't do it till it's your turn, okay? All right, back to where we're at. This is our three-port platform, and there we go. We're going to move on here. Normally at this time, I get a report from our regional director, who is our connection with the national team. He's not available this morning, but he did try to provide a video for us, but because of the FCC platform limitations, we're not able to show that video. But I got some information from him that I'd like to share with you. What you see on the map here right now is the green states are the past states. That's the group states that Florida is part of that have already passed a resolution and made application to the federal government. The blue states are ones that have active legislation in committee at least, meaning they're working on it. Those yellow states you see out there has already passed it in one state, in one house, okay, of their government. And if you know, in the news right now this week, North Carolina just passed their Senate, and I believe West Virginia has passed their House and waiting on a Senate vote. So both of those states are possible this year. Also, we just had some big action out west there in a couple different states where there was Oklahoma did away with their sunset clause, which is a good move. Somebody just came online and could you please mute yourself? Well, Oklahoma just did away with their sunset clause. Some of the states that are passed had sunset clauses involved in them, which meant that if we didn't perform on getting the convention by a certain date, their resolution would go away. Well, Oklahoma just passed that they took away their sunset clause. There's only 2 states out of the 15 that still had a sunset clause, and that's Missouri and Texas. And they're both our people there are working to get those taken off of the resolutions there. So that's great. And it's off to the Senate with the North Carolina one. And this week we passed 2 million people in the petition signatures across the nation. It's a milestone for the organization, and it's looking good. And we're, like I said earlier, we're growing and flying right now with petition signers, with supporters, with new volunteers. We're swamped with getting them onboarded, but we all enjoy that because the organization is growing so fast and great. We love it. We love it happening like that. All righty. And one of the things that Jonathan does is he runs a COS at Home seminar, and he always has some great guests on there and stuff. And I wanted to share with you one of the ones that he just had. He had Steve on as a guest. I don't know if you know who Steve is. Steve's a conservative talk host, and I believe he ran for office too. But anyway, let's know what Jonathan had to say with them.
No sound, Dennis.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, folks, half the people who have tried to join on the phone call as well, the meeting ID number blocks you out. The meeting ID number blocks you out. I am joining on my app.
Okay, sorry about the technical problem I had right there, and it was a power problem that I had going on there. Someone was just speaking. I couldn't hear what you were saying. Somebody's having a problem.
The initial meeting ID to join in via phone is disallowed, so our numbers are less today.
And you're calling in on the telephone.
I am calling in on the app.
Okay, if you're using the app, that number, if you're using the app, if you join the online meeting, you don't use the number, the meeting ID is Dennis Darragh if you're using the app. That ID number only refers to when you're dialing with your phone, when you're actually dialing in, okay? All right, so
and what I'm telling you is that 29 number that's also clearly on the website is not working. Not working. That's all.
On your telephone. You're dialed in when you're in with your telephone.
Sir, when I dial in the main phone number and then I put in the access code, the access code is not accepted.
I'm sorry about that. We had before with that. I'll work on it, and I'm not sure what it is. Certain areas are blocking it. It's really not blocking it. It's FCC. Apologize for that. But you seem to have gotten on with your computer or something. So please mute yourself, and we're going to go on with the meeting, okay? All righty. People said that they weren't hearing the sound also from this thing here. Move it back to the beginning and try to share again. And you can tell me, you can unmute yourself and tell me that there's no, if it's not working.
Dennis, the sound isn't coming through.
Sorry about that. Anyway, technical problem with that. Anyway, this was Jonathan interviewing Steve Deese on our COS at Home, which is a webinar you can access. It comes out in an email, and it works pretty good usually. Sorry about the technical problem, the sound there. I had another video. The sound on in the beginning on the Star Spangled Banner work? Anybody?
It was extremely low. You could barely hear it, but you could if you turned your volume all the way up.
Okay, sometimes people, you have to adjust the sound on your computer. If some people are hearing it loud and some people are hearing it low, that's generally an indication that people have their computers set differently. So you'll have to check that there. If you'd like to see the whole, Steve Deese interview, the COS at Home, this is the link on the screen there right now. And I will try to put it in chat also for you so that you can see that. Okay, let me get back to chat here and put that link in there so you can just copy and paste it. Okay, it takes a second for me to get around with this computer. And I almost lost the whole thing there before. When the sound went off, I thought it was me. And I unplugged the computer.
Dennis,
but anyway.
If you want to proceed, I'll get the link and put it in there. If you want to proceed.
Well, here, I got it. Okay. I got it right here. I made it. Oh, I did make it. There we go. And now I'll put it right in there now. Okay, there we go. You got it in the chat there. That link is in there. All right, the biggest question we get from everybody is, how can I help? What can I do? People start to understand the process. A lot of people are coming around to the realization this year that Washington is broken, and we're getting that from all sides. People from all sides of the aisle, no matter what their political affiliation is, are all agreeing that Washington's broken, and we've been asking for them to fix themselves for years. Feels like centuries, but for years we've been asking them to fix themselves, and they'd make little token attempts at it, and it never works. So it's time for an outside group to take charge of what's happening, and that's us, COS. We're going to take charge of this. We're going to save the country by bringing them back to the constitutional foundation that we were founded with. I have another video here. Let's see if this works. Same deal. I'm working with the FCC deal here. So let's see if this sound works here.
Not hearing the sound. I can't hear the sound.
Not hearing the sound.
Turn my volume up to 100 and I can't hear the sound.
I hear you guys that you didn't hear it. Some of you didn't hear the sound. I'm sorry about the technical problems. That's the platform. I'll be working to change the platform for the next meeting because we just can't really deal with that. So, moving along here. What Mark was saying is that you don't need any special skills to volunteer with us or to work with us, even to be a district captain. We've got some dynamite tools, and that's what we really need is people to step up and really take action. We do have the volunteer role, and that's the first step. If you just want to get your feet wet with the organization, you can step up and take the volunteer survey, and you see that right here. This is the front page of our website. And you would click on that Take Action tab right there, and it'll take you to another page like this where you can really take action. You can join a volunteer team by becoming just a volunteer. And the volunteer role at Convention of States, there's no requirement that you actually do anything every month, but you're available to work with the team when we have events, when we got things going on. You'll get all the updates and stuff like that. It's the first step to being part of the solution. But if you really want to step up and be part of the solution, we'd like you to click on that second one right there that says Become a Leader. And you would go down and take the DC survey, the District Captain survey. The District Captain is the most important position we have in Convention of States organization. They're the front line with the people. And the national team has a goal to get 100% of the House districts in the country covered with district captain. Now, there's over 4,800 districts across the country. I think we have 2,000 some odd district captains. Here in Florida, we have 120 districts, and we have about 58 district captains. We're almost at halfway here in Florida, but that's one of our big goals this year. We're going to be having a big push to try to fill up those other areas, and we can take volunteers on to be district captain. All you do is come to the website page here, go to your profile up on the right here, and sign in. If you don't have a picture or see your initials in there, you haven't confirmed your account. So go here and create a password and confirm your account, and then come into the website and join a volunteer team or become a leader. If you want to learn more about it, here you can see register for every night. There's a COS intro to COS webinar, and then you can also call or email your legislator and find out with that link right there. Alrighty, so that's great. That's how you can get involved. That's what we want you to do. We want you to be active. Mark was saying in that little video that that's what it's all about, is being an activist. And activists need to be active, not just talkers. We need doers. We need people that will get out there in front of the people. We have an actual menu of volunteer activist activities that you can access from the website. And I'm going to get that link for you and put it in the chat also. Okay. That you can access this document and see all the different things that that you can volunteer for with us. We have all kinds of opportunities. I'm getting there. Things are working pretty good here. I haven't lost the whole platform yet. Just be patient with me. The tech, you can only move along as fast as the machine lets you. And I sometimes get in trouble because I try to force it and I push a lot of buttons. All right, so I'm trying to be patient here. There you go. Link for that document here, which is much longer than what you see there on the screen, but that's got links directly to all these different things. The Tuesday night training webinar, you would have to step up and be a volunteer. In order to access some of these links, you will have to step up and be a volunteer. And like I say, volunteer role with the Convention of States is an intro type role. It gets you into the group, gets you to see what's going on, and from there you can see if you'd like to be a leader. So that's the first step that we'd like you to take. The link is in there, and it's also up on the screen here right now. If you want to scribble it quick, I'll wait for a second while you're doing that. If you're using your own app or something like that, and you don't know how to get to the chat, I'll leave that there for a minute, but it is in that link in there. You can access that document, which has a whole bunch of volunteer links for you there. All right? And we want you to spread the word. We are a grassroots organization. We don't have a lot of money. We don't have any big sponsors. We want you to spread the word. The founders of our country sacrificed their lives, their fortunes, their time, everything they had to make this country. So that's what we want everybody to do here. Refer a friend, bring your friends and family, come to us with the Convention of States Action in Florida, help us spread the word. We got new people on there. Could you please mute yourself? I'm going to have to go back to being mute, please. Okay. Just want people to be heard. Okay, Susan, you have to mute yourself. Susan Walls. Beatrice Lawson, mute yourself, please. Please mute yourself.
Mute myself?
Yes, your microphone is open.
I'm sorry.
All righty, there we go. I'm scrolling down the list now. I finally got there to the mute police area. And it's looking pretty good now. It's looking... Susan Waltz, I think you still have your microphone open. If you could mute that.
Are you asking for me?
For who? No, Gene, not yet. Not yet, Gene, but okay, stay with us. We can move on to I'm trying to get people muted. I couldn't even hear myself because of the stuff going on. And we're ready for you right now, Gene. You came on.
Hi, everybody. This is Gene from the Convention of States down here at the Vero Beach Gun Show. We have a booth set up. So far, we've done about 40 petitions this morning, and we're down here helping out the people here from District 54. So District 53 and 54 are working together to get these petitions signed.
That's awesome. How's it going? All righty. Gene is at the Vero Beach Gun Show this morning. Jean is our brand new regional captain from Region 6, and she's showing us around the gun show right now. That's great. This is how we spread the word. We get out in public and we get with people. We do gun shows. We do fairs. We just recently came from the Florida State Fair. We did 12 days at the State Fair, collected 957 petitions over there. That was great. Are you still with me there, Gene?
Yep, I'm still here. Video's not with you for any more, though.
That's fine. You want to tell us a little bit about District 53 and your new Region 6?
Correct. I'm the district captain for District 53, and I'm the regional captain, new regional captain for Region 6. And District 54 was hosting the event at the gun show and requested some assistance, so the District 53 team jumped in to help. Because we're all in this together. We have an opportunity here to save our country and save our nation. And incredibly, we've gotten support from vendors here signing the petition, our petition as well. Like Graffiti Zoo Gourmet Chocolate signed the petition today, the lady who owns that company. So we're not only getting the attendees, a lot of the vendors are signing, which is really great.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome, Gene.
All right.
Okay, folks. We'll see you on the next call. We have to get back to work because we have a swamp to drain.
Collect lots of petitions. We're really proud of you guys. District 54 is hosting that, and District 53 is down there helping them out. That's teamwork. It's great. Somebody's got a TV in the background now. Please take a look at your console and make sure that you're self-muted. Thank you very much. All right, moving along here. Jean is one of our newest regional captains, and she's doing a great job there. But this is the webpage, what it looks like. You would go up to your profile over here, and there's a drop-down menu where you can see Leaders Directory, and you can find any leader in your area if you need to speak with them like that. We do have a few of them online here today with us. I think we have Ed Bender from Region 9. Ed, would you like to say something today?
Good morning, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Great. I just want to say thank you very much for all your hard work at the fair. Great job, Dennis. I have good news. Region 9 has reserved a pavilion at Jonathan Dickinson State Park for July the 4th. Independence Day, Sunday, July the 4th. We are going to have our second annual Independence Day barbecue for Convention of States Action, and all are welcome. I'm going to put together the necessary advertisement and get it posted on the calendar as soon as I can, but I'm very happy to report we're going to be able to do that again, and we're going to have food and beverage, or you can bring your own. It's a big and beautiful park with, we'll have our own picnic site, barbecue site, but there are many other individual barbecue sites and picnic tables as well. So we're going to have a COS meeting, and you're welcome to invite beginners and people who are interested. And we hope to have a petition signing drive on that day as well. So thanks for listening, all.
That's awesome, Ed. I love it. That's great that you're getting that going there. And I know we spoke before, so I hope I'm not out of line here, but I'm going to come down there to that barbecue for sure. That'll be a great July 4th deal going on. So I think that we should have our July virtual town hall live from your Region 9 barbecue. What do you think?
I think if you're willing to do that, Dennis, I'm happy to have you. Otherwise, I'll do it myself.
There you go. We'll have a great time with it, and that's how we roll. That's how we do things, man. We work as a big family, and we try to get the mission across to people that don't know what's going on. And by grouping together with all of our supporters at events like Ed had a barbecue last year on July 4th, and it was successful. I didn't get to go down there to that one, but this year I'm definitely on the road for July 4th. Watch out. Here we come. And that's great. Alrighty, there's some other leaders on the call here today. I think I saw Rick from down in Region 8. Are you online, Rick? Maybe not. Okay, I'm having a little trouble viewing the people here. So if there's another regional captain here and you'd like to give a report, you can speak up right now. If not, Brenda's here. Brenda, would you like to give us a little report about what's going on in the region you take care of, and also the rest of the state as our state grassroots coordinator?
Thank you, Dennis. The South Florida region is growing. If you know anyone in South Florida, meaning Miami, south to the Keys, that might be interested in joining our team, please share with them to come join our team, as Dennis has said. Regarding statewide news, grassroots, everyone's doing a wonderful job, but the key is you. If you are not already a volunteer with Convention of States, we need you. So go ahead and sign up on our webpage, and let's get started. Thanks, Dennis.
All right, that's great. Brenda does a great job as our grassroots coordinator. She keeps all the kids in line at the parties here, you know. So it's great. And you can find your leaders anywhere in the state by going to that page I just had up. We've got a promotion going on right now. These are real Convention of States, Florida T-shirts. Pocket on the front, we have the Convention of States flag with the Convention of States, the Florida flag with the Convention of States Action Florida logo underneath it. On the back, it says Draining the Swamp since 2014, and it's got the website on there. This is a great piece to share the mission with. It's a conversation starter when you wear stuff like that in public. People say, "What are you talking about?" You know, and you can, and that opens the door for conversations and stuff. So this is a big promotion we got going on right now. I'd like to have everybody help out with that and purchase one of these shirts. And we're going to have a little contest today too. I'm going to share the link with you, but I'm going to give away one of these shirts. So I'm going to donate a shirt to the Florida people right now. For the first person that can answer a question that I have for you in a chat, I'm going to have a question, and you'll be able to answer that question. You'll win one of these T-shirts. So here's the link for it. You can put that link in your copy. You can write it down from there, or I'm going to go get it here. I've got that link too. I'm going to put it in the chat for you. Okay. Moving along here. And I didn't ask the question yet. I haven't forgot, because it's going to be a race to get that answer in first. That's why I'm not going to give you much time. But I'm moving along to try to put that link in the chat here. We do still have somebody with an open mic in the background there. If you're on the telephone, you have to find where it is, or put your hand over the microphone so that we're not listening to you. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're getting closer. I had it for a second. There we go. All right. That's attendees. We got to close that and open chat. There we go. We're getting there now. So the T-shirts are a great way to support your local Convention of States organization. We're not making any money on it. I don't mean that way, supporting them. What I mean is that you can show your support for the Convention of States Florida team by buying one of the T-shirts and wearing it in public. It's John and Cindy. John and Cindy, would you please mute yourself? Everybody can hear whatever you're doing in your home. Please. Thank you. I'm still can't get the chat up here. Okay, there we go. And now place the link in there. And there it goes. Here's link in the chat to the T-shirts. And this promotion is going on only for another 15, 20 days right now. So jump on it right now, buy a T-shirt, support the Convention of States. We'd love to have you guys wearing our T-shirts out in public. That's what they look like. They're kind of an off-white type T-shirt, and it has the drain in the swamp on the back, and that's our battle cry here in Florida. We've got a swamp to drain, so let it to work. So everybody's got to sign that, no, buy a T-shirt. Okay. All righty. The first person that can tell me in chat how many states does it take to ratify an amendment? And there's a person watching out there. Somebody's going to win a T-shirt. I see the chat blowing away there. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're up to 9, 10. Okay, you can keep it up. If you know the answer to that, keep it up, because one person I'm going to donate a T-shirt to today. The rest of you that know the answer are going to get put in a hat, and you're going to win a T-shirt also. But the first person on the list is going to win one for sure. Then the rest of the people that are on there, I will assign everyone a number after the meeting, and I'll put it into a random generator. You can do that on the internet for free nowadays. Yay! And I will pick a random person, and will contact you. And so make sure that you have yourself identified, that I can find you. If you're answering this question in chat, and you just have a phone number there, I'm not going to do the work and find you. You're supposed to put your name in there. And please use the name that you signed up with Convention of States. I want to give this shirt away to a person that's participating. For self-governing citizens, you should know how to put your name in when you sign in to one of these meetings. You should be using the same name. You should be using the email address that you signed up at Convention of States. That would be the way to go. So anyway, there's the link again for the T-shirts. It's in the chat. Now we got like 22 people. We're going to cut it off right now for that. Okay, there's a cutoff for that, and Brenda's going to take down the names and the winner and the names. Now the winner, Brenda, we need to get to them in chat and make sure their information is correct, that we can find them in the system so that I can have the T-shirts shipped directly to them. Okay? So we need to contact that person, get size they want, and everything. If we got the right contact information, I can be able to get hold of them. While Brenda's taking care of that, I'm opening up the question and answers. So anybody that has a question right now could pop in and ask your question, and while that's happening, I am going over back to the area where there's I can do the mute police, because John and Cindy are not listening to me. John and Cindy need to mute their microphone. All right, I'm trying to scroll down where I can find. I found them. In just a moment. Oh, they went away. That was me pushing too many buttons too quick. Let me see if I can find them again. Okay. Nope, they haven't found themselves yet. Alrighty. I know Brenda's tallying it up to things. Anybody have a question?
May I?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, this is Rowan Wilson in Orlando, Alachua County. I'm rather concerned with what I am seeing of what's on the website and the rest. My concern, and I put this in the chat, is that you folks are a 501c3 or C4 operating and doing business with the U.S. corporation, which is defunct, and collecting money. And I also say this from a context of having been involved with various different independent, Ron Paul, Libertarian Party things, which have ended up being scams, quite frankly. So the question is around legitimacy. Legitimacy. I yield.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that again because you were going in and out, and I had somebody in the background, which I think I muted again. You're asking something about a 501c4 corporation?
I'm concerned because you are advertising yourself with celebrities as a 501c3 or an organized and incorporated nonprofit that is therefore doing business with a defunct U.S. corporation. So I want to know who is involved and why you are functioning as a 501c3, C4. I'm concerned that this is a scam.
All that information is freely available, Rowan. And you mentioned celebrities before. There are celebrities that support us. And that doesn't mean that we are supporting them or taking anything from them except for their support. We're very, very careful about our 501c4. That we are as a 501c4. Okay, you're concerned about us being a 501c4 and doing business with the defunct United States corporation?
Yes.
Okay, well, that is how we do business in the United States right now. And there's a lot of people that disagree with what happened with that United States corporation deal. That does not change the way the government operates or the things we have to do to participate. And we're exercising our right and duty under Article 5 of the Convention. And we are operating as a 501c4 corporation within the guidelines of all those rulings. That's because we want to participate in the government. And in order to participate as a state in our right and duty under Article 5, we have to deal with that.
Certainly. Yes, but there are other ways to do so that other groups are doing so without playing into what may ultimately be the globalist agenda.
What other, how are we going to play into the globalist agenda? Explain that.
My concern is that because you are a 501c4, you are collecting monies and you are taking
No, we don't collect money. As a C4 corporation, we're not allowed to collect money. Okay.
So who is paying you? Who is paying Mark Levine? Who's paying all these people to do this? And how is this platform being paid for?
Rowan, I would appreciate it if you let me answer a question before talking over me. Okay, we are a 501c4 corporation that is funded by a 501c3 corporation. We have all the documents available for you. If you would put your name in as you appear on our website. Are you one of our supporters? Or have you come in as a public, not a supporter?
Okay, if I may. I have signed the petition. I am learning and seeing and studying natural law.
Rowan, put your name in chat, your full name, so I can find you in the system. I will send you all the documents about our corporation, okay? And if you carry on that discussion, I will go find the answers for what you're talking about, which I don't have right now. And I believe that you're talking about the 1887 corporation that the United States made. We have to deal with that if we want to participate in a constitutional amendment process. Okay, so we're not playing into any global agenda. We're playing into the constitutional agenda.
If I may, that is very different than what national-assembly.net or even Anna von Wright's groups are discussing. So I'm concerned that there are various
you-
different groups.
putting-
If I may finish, you did the same to me. If I may finish, I am concerned because
What are you
there are so
concerned
many
about
differing
now?
groups and differing information.
Could
I
you
yield
please,
back my time.
could you please, Ro, could you start from the beginning of that sentence? What are you concerned about now that we're doing?
I am concerned that you are following a path that is going to put us in jail. I am concerned that you
we're
are
using
following a path
we
that
have
is
the constitutional
determined by-
right
Okay, I
to
really hate
use
being
Article
spoken over.
5. Our founders put there for just the reasons going on right now. We're moving along using a constitutional process to amend the Constitution. Our founders gave us the right in Article 5. If you have a Constitution, go open it up and look at Article 5. That's what gives Congress the right to amend the Constitution. It also gives we the people the right, 2/3 of the legislators agreeing for the same reason, to convene a convention for proposing amendments. And we have to use the same process that the Congress uses when they propose amendments, which will have to go back to the 50 states for ratification. It will take 38 states to ratify any amendments that are proposed. What we're trying to do is get to the convention so that we can discuss these 3 reasons for having the Convention of States: fiscal restraint, which is a nice way of saying balance the budget, term limits for everyone in Washington, D.C., and also end all federal overreach. Those are the only 3 things that can spoken about at the convention. It's a limited convention under the Article 5 process. So it's our right to do this, given to us in the Constitution by our founders.
If I may,
our duty. It's also our duty, and I will give you all the paperwork you'd like to see about our C corporation, and we're trying to do all of that legally so that we don't get put out of the process because we did something wrong. Okay? And I appreciate your question and your concern. Let's move on. Someone else have a question?
Wow.
Hello? Someone else have a question?
I have a question. My name is Timothy J. Denham, and I'm in the Jacksonville district, North Florida. Can you hear me okay?
Okay, go ahead with the question again. I'm having a little trouble hearing, sir.
Okay. My question is, Mark Levin wrote a brilliant book a little over a year ago, I believe. It's the Liberty Amendments, and I'm in the process of rereading it again. And he had 11 amendments in that one. And my question is, if we got to the convention, and you know, I would assume that we could use these 11 amendments that Mark Levin wrote a book on, and he really did a brilliant job in explaining every one of these: term limits for Congress, restore Senate elections by state legislatures, term limits for SCOTUS justices, limit federal spending, limit federal taxing, limit federal bureaucracy, to promote free enterprise. That's standalone, to promote free enterprise, to protect private property, to grant the states authority to directly amend the Constitution. That's a little jewel. Authority for states to check Congress. Amendment to protect the vote. Boy, is that an important one. And there's a lot of time, effort, and heart of us volunteers going into this. And if we're putting all of that into it, I think we need to have everything that Mark Levin had in his Liberty Amendments book in this Constitutional Convention. I'm just asking it would be possible for the input to be considered in that arena.
Okay, I had a little trouble understanding. You're kind of going in and out there and everything. I didn't really understand what the question was. Brenda, are you out there? Did you hear his question better?
Yes, I heard his question, and thank you for bringing up Mark Levin's book. Yes, he is an endorser of Convention of States. There's a story, don't really have time to tell right now, about him and Mark Meckler, our founder, and how it all came about. They both view it as providence. And if you go on our website, I believe there's a video that talks about it in one of our COSU courses. The actual amendments, the question was, Dennis, will any of Mark Levin's proposed amendments, can we consider that, for our Convention of the States?
Excuse me. I said not any. I said all. I said, is there a possibility of all of Mark Levin's amendments being part of the convention? Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Did you get that, Brenda? I couldn't hear that either.
If I may, I would like to respond to that. To be accurate, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes,
just
it is.
Identify yourself there, that's all.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is Ed, Dennis, and thank you for your question. I want to say that certainly each of the proposed amendments by Mark Levin are eligible, shall we say, to be debated and certainly entertained at our Convention of States. The beauty of what we're talking about here is that absolutely anything that falls under the scope of the three topics that Dennis has already described for us is eligible to be proposed and debated. The real question is, you see, we cannot predetermine what we will or will not discuss. None of that is actually up to us. But as participants in this process, we get to shape the very rules by which our commissioners will be commissioned to sit down at this assembly, where we'll finally have some adults in the room to discuss the subjects that we want them to discuss. So the short answer is yes, all of them individually are potentially worthy of the debate and the proposal at the Convention of States. But what we have to do is we just have to ensure that we're going to have this conversation of adults in the room, and then we can focus on exactly what it is we wish to have our commissioners bring to the table. And of course, for each state, each population, each set of citizens from each state legislature is going to have their preferences of what they wish to see discussed, their priorities. But of course, Mark Levin's book and each and every one of his amendments are certainly a good start for the purpose of debate and future consideration. Thank you.
You just nailed it. Brenda, you just nailed it. Thank you.
A pretty good answer there.
That's a very good answer, and that's not only a good answer, it's very critical that that happened, because like Bobby Bowden, like my dad, like we won a lot of football games in our day, and the only reason we did that is because we were the adults in the room. We came in with a plan, we executed the plan, and we won. And that's what Mark Levin is trying to do in his book. Brenda, you answered the question brilliantly, and I'd like for us to keep that in our mind. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. That's great. Anybody else have a question out there?
I do. Do we have,
go ahead.
Do we have pamphlets or flyers that we can give to people to introduce them to our movement?
Can you repeat the question? I had a little trouble hearing you. Get a little closer to your microphone.
Do we have pamphlets or flyers that we can give to people to introduce them to the movement?
Oh yeah. Go to the conventionofstates.com website, sign in, make sure you're signed in with the same email that you signed the petition with, and once you're signed in, go to the resource tab, and at the resource tab, go down to the bottom where it says give me those resources, and you can print anything you want there, any of the flyers that you have there. If you're having an actual show or something like that, we would get with your district captain and talk with him about getting some print materials. But the easiest way to do it if you're just sharing with people is to print some of that stuff out and have it available. That's a great idea. It's the resources tab on the conventionofstates.com website.
Thank you.
Alrighty, no problem.
Dennis,
Anybody
I'm
else?
sorry, this is Brenda.
Yeah, go ahead, Brenda.
Sorry, my internet something threw me out, so I came back. But I think you got the gist, or you filled in for the last question. Okay.
Yeah, and Ed Bender gave us a nice explanation answer to it. It was good. Okay.
Okay.
Did you get?
If you wouldn't mind stating what the answer is to your question, so that everyone will know what the answer is, and then I'll tell you about the chat.
Okay. The answer to the question was 38 states.
Thank you. Wanted everybody to know that, and we do have a winner. And I do have the contact information except for a John Schwing.
Yeah, Brenda, this is John. I can send a note to you with my full contact.
Yeah, I put in chat. If you just want to put your phone number in chat, then we can give you a call.
Okay, will do. And while I'm talking, I did have just a comment mainly. I wanted to say that the web resources are very well done. So I just wanted to share that feedback, because I go to thousands and thousands of websites, and I just think you guys have done a really good job of presenting the material, and it's very well done. So I just wanted to pass that along.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
I have a comment.
I can hear you. You have a question?
Yes, I have a comment. When I have volunteers and I'm looking into maybe 3 or 4 volunteers at the time, I've gone to the website and I print out frequently asked questions, and then I have them take a picture of it front and back on their phone. Single subject convention, and then can we trust the Constitution with a runaway convention myth? And so when people ask me those key, tricky questions, I say I have the answer. I go to my binder and I say, take a picture with your phone, and when you go home, read it at your leisure. And that saves me from reading it out, but it makes me look organized because I have them in page protectors in a binder.
That's awesome, Becky. And Becky is a district captain applicant right now, going through the onboarding process over in House District 51, I believe, on the Atlantic coast over there. So thanks for that, Becky. That's great. That's great. Anybody else have a question or comment?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Oh, hello. I'm from Southwest Florida. I'm Donna Matson. I'm just new to this. Anyway, I was wondering, are we doing anything about, in the state, of getting the Dominion voting machines and Smartmatic voting machines out of the state of Florida?
The Convention of States as a group is not doing that right now, but I do believe that our government is talking about that. But that's a movement that we have to take along up through the channels and stuff. I'll check on that to see if anything is happening with the Convention of States people with relation to that. But that's something that you should actually contact your actual representative in your district and ask him if he knows anything about that.
Well, that would be Byron Donalds. Another question I had is, anything going on in Southwest Florida? I see most of it is geared to Central and Northern Florida, but nothing in the Naples, Fort Myers area, which is a very heavy Republican area.
We do have a group down there. You just need to connect with them. We have regional captain in Region 8, which runs along the southwest coast. We have several district captains in Region 10, which includes Naples and across the Alligator Alley there a little ways. So we do have people working down there. If you want to find out who is in your district, would you know what House district you're in?
Yes, I'm in District 19.
You're in District 19?
Yes, that's Byron Daniels' district.
No. Your state House district, not the federal House district.
Oh, a state House.
Yeah, if you're in Naples, it's going to be 90 or something like that. Okay.
Well, I'm in Fort Myers, so I think it's
Fort Myers. You're probably in 80s then. Okay, so you need to go to the myflorida.gov site and go to the representatives, and you put in your address. You'll find out what House district you're in the state of Florida. That's the information you need first. And then you can come back to the Convention of States website and go over and hover on the profile over on the right. You can see where I'm doing it on the screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, and you go down here, Leaders Directory, and click on Leaders Directory. And when that comes up, you select all roles, go into this all roles, and I would tell you to look for the district captain and also for the regional captain in your area. There it is. Whoop. Okay. I'm having trouble with that. It's
I told you, I'm new to this thing. I'm like, whoa.
Okay. Yeah. District captain, regional captain. You put that in there and then click on there, and what will happen is it's going to bring up all the people and that are in leadership in the state of Florida. The quickest way to find the people that are near you is to change this to map view right here. Go to map view and click on it. And once it comes up, you will see these 5 people. You're probably right in that ballpark right there. Okay, it splits up like that.
Yeah.
Now I think you're
Dennis,
a little farther south.
Yeah, Dennis, if I may help.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Brenda's the regional captain for that area. I almost forgot. Go, Brenda, go.
Well, actually, Rick McClusack, it's in Region 8. He is the regional captain for Region 8, and we just had an event held in Naples, and our district captain, Cynthia Fisher, if you're in that district, 75, just had a meeting. Now, she did an interview on a radio station there just the other day. I have put in chat the link to the YouTube radio interview that she did, but you might look for her name, or like Dennis said, go first and see what House district you are in by going to myfloridahouse.gov, put in your address, and it will tell you. But we can get you connected, and we do have events going on in Southwest Florida.
Oh, that's great, because I have a lot of people that I've been telling about the Convention of States, and matter of fact, I gave the phone number today to dial in for the meeting. Well, I had a hard time getting in, and I'm sure they did too. And
that platform, that we have no control over that. So I'm going to try to change the platform before the next meeting. I'm tired of hearing it because
I apologize. I didn't mean to complain, but
we worked on it last month with the FCC people, and they told me they had it all straightened out. And the same thing is happening today. So I'm a little frustrated with the platform people. That's all. And I didn't know it was broke unless people spoke up. So I appreciate you speaking up. That helps me out. But on the screen, can you see there Cynthia Fisher's
yeah, and I'm on.
information
and Donna,
there?
Please I can't find you in my district, so you may be in Drew Montez Clark's district. He's in DC in 80. But please take that number down or that email and give me a buzz.
Well, okay, Cynthia.
Yeah, these are all 70s right here. There's Rick. He is the regional captain. So he's on the screen right now. If you'll jot down his number, he'll help you out with whoever's in your district there that'll work with you.
Yeah, he's in Venice. I'm further south. He's in Venice.
I'm in Punta Gorda, Donna, if you want to call me.
Okay, but this guy's the regional captain for the whole area. Okay.
Do you want to? Your name is Brenda or Vicky?
The gentleman's name on the screen is Richard A. McClusick.
Right, but I was speaking with the woman.
Cynthia. I'm Cynthia Fisher. I'm the DC in 75.
Okay,
I'm trying to talk, people. If you're all quiet for a minute, I'll be able to answer the question. That was Brenda speaking. If you'd like to speak with Brenda, we have to be a little bit, you have to pay attention that other people are talking. Okay, Brenda's here. Do you want to ask her a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I guess it was a phone number that somebody said to call to help me. I don't know if it was Brenda or it was Cynthia.
This is Brenda, and Cynthia is on the line, and she was the one that was speaking to say she's in Punta Gorda, and please give her a call. Dennis, if you wanted to put Cynthia's number up there.
I'm getting her back up here. There she is.
Okay, it's all right. 207. I'm sorry, it's like so small. 263 5361.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Awesome. We can use all the help we can get. Get involved with us. And Cynthia's doing a great job down there. She has a meeting coming up next week if you want to travel over to that area and attend a live meeting. Cynthia's doing that. Cynthia, if you're here, you want to explain the live meeting you're having coming up next week?
I'd be happy to. We are meeting on Tuesday, Donna, and anyone else that's in 74, 75, 76, 80, if you don't mind driving to Punta Gorda or actually Port Charlotte. We're meeting at 4:30 on Tuesday afternoon at the All-Star Sports Grill right on Tamiami Trail or Highway 40.
Sports Grill?
Yeah.
Tamiami. Okay. And that's at 4:30.
It's at 4:30. It's just over the bridge from Punta Gorda up near Midway Road. So
yeah, I know where it is. I'm familiar with it. Yes. Thank you.
I'd love to have you. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun there, and it's a great place to meet. So everyone's welcome.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be there.
Great. That's great. And there is a post about Cynthia's meeting on our website, too. If you go to the blog, I believe you can access the post about Cynthia's upcoming meeting there, which is great. And hope we can see you. Cynthia, you're doing a great job down there. Keep up. All right. Does anybody else have a question? Are you guys ordering T-shirts? Order T-shirts, everybody. Everybody get the State of Florida T-shirts. And that's it then. If everybody's done asking questions, I want to remind you that somebody's speaking there.
Yes, this is Kelly Roberts up in Central Florida. Just wanted to put out there that Florida is on the move. We're really growing and actively, spreading the word. And I just have come into some opposition. I wanted to make everybody aware that the time is now for us to really get clear on the ways that the opposers are going to throw at us. They're throwing out there things that are completely not with us, like that we're funded by Soros or we're funded by who funds us. Things like that we're going to see more and more often. I'm on Facebook a lot. I like to listen to the Battle Cry on Sunday night, etc. And I noticed that we need people like us to go in the comments and squelch those people that come in the comments and say, myths about COS. So I just wanted to let y'all know, the better we get, the closer we get to calling a convention, the more scared the Congress is becoming, because they have no control. If we, the people, stand up, they can't stop us. So they're saying everything from we're going to rewrite the Constitution to it's going to run away to do we really trust the COS people when the state obviously, or the government is obviously deep state. So let's just make sure that we really get our overcoming objections or whatever, straight. I just wanted to let y'all know that, because I'm seeing that they're starting to really take notice of our movement. So
awesome. Thank you so much for that comment, Kelly. And Kelly is a DC and an RC team member up on in North Florida there a little bit, north central, I'd say. But anyway, thanks so much for that comment. And we do have on the resources tab, you can get documents where you can read about all the objections and how you should be answering them. Also in COS University, which you would access at the bottom of the COS page. Put up that page again. Down at the bottom of the COS page all the time, if I can get it there. Right down at the bottom, see COS University right there. You go to the COS University, and there's a great video that has a great set of videos. There's little 3-minute clips on how you should answer all these different objections. So that's where you'd find right down in there, responding, COS 200, responding to opposition. Okay, and this is a new version. It's been updated with all latest stuff. National provides us for that. For anybody that wants to learn how to respond when people are giving you the opposition to the Article 5 convention movement, this will really help you out there. So thanks for bringing that up, Kelly. We appreciate it. And anybody else have a question or comment? All righty, we're over time. Oh, somebody there?
Yes, this is Timothy Dunham again. My captain here in Jacksonville is Barbara Zimmerman. And that last comment that was made, I wholeheartedly agree with, and it falls right into, and I'll pull up that university too to see what they've got to say about the responses. But if we had at least a list of what we were going to be considering, I think that's a better word, and anybody that brought up anything that's not in Mark Levin's Liberty Amendments book or something related to that, if you haven't read that book, you really need to read Mark Levin's book, because he nails it. But if we could put that in there, then those things that Dennis, you mentioned, they're covered in that. That was well covered by Mark. We would be answering those questions before they're even asked by these crazy people out there. One of them being our president right now. He calls himself. But that's another Anyway, I really enjoyed this meeting, and that's my last comment. I appreciate it. Thanks, Dennis.
All righty. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Anybody else with a comment, question?
No. I was at the Republican Women's Federation luncheon the other day, and I met Congressman Anthony Sabatini, and a lady at the next table had some of those fears. She said, Soros is funding it, and what about a runaway convention? So tying into that question, I anticipate I'm going to be asked how you make your money except for volunteerism. So what is the answer to that?
We have several documents that the answer to that is. The first one I read today in the beginnings was about the Jefferson statement. You're saying it's a runaway convention. There's several different ways people phrase that. Was it just a runaway convention? It can't be a runaway convention for the main reason is that we have to adhere to the topics that we are given in an Article 5 convention. This is not a constitutional convention where we're opening up to talk about everything. This is an Article 5 convention limited to the 3 topics of term limits, balance of budget, and ending federal overreach. A lot of the runaway convention people come across with, well, the first constitutional convention was a runaway convention. It wasn't, okay? They say, well, they were supposed to only amend the Articles of Confederation, and then they wrote a whole new constitution. Well, they're incorrect in their history, okay? Because when the government first met under the Articles of Confederacy, they decided that it was not good enough to run a country because it really was only a treaty amongst the states. So they tasked 3 different states, and I believe it was Massachusetts, New York, and Virginia, with writing a constitution, and they called the Constitutional Convention, where they worked on it for 11 years before they came up with our Constitution, which is the founding document for our government. So that wasn't a runaway convention. They did exactly what the people in charge asked them to do, and they created the Constitution. That's all we're doing is using the Constitution in Article 5, which is a limited process, to amend the Constitution for those 3 subject matters: term limits, balance of budget, and federal overreach. So there won't be any runaway convention, okay?
And how do we make our money? That's what Vicki was wanting to know.
What's that?
Who funds us? How do we fund our Convention of States nonprofit? Is it all purely volunteer and donation?
All right, who was speaking there? I got Vicky's on the camera and someone else was speaking, and people have their microphones open. Okay, this is Kelly Roberts speaking. Could everybody else please close your microphone? Vicky, mute yourself, please. Okay, and Donna has her microphone open. Sin, you still have, okay, now they're closed. Okay, go ahead. Was it Kelly that was speaking?
Sorry, I was reiterating Vicky's question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who funds us so we can get over that Soros funds us position?
All right, I'm having a little trouble understanding your question. Brenda, can you hear the question?
Yes, she's saying who funds us so we can get over the Soros question. Soros does not fund us. We have private donations. Mark Meckler addresses this in one of our videos, but that was her question.
Okay, how do we fund this? Is that what you said the question was?
Yeah, the question is how are we funded? We're grassroots. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're a grassroots organization, and we're totally funded by $10 and $15 a month donations that the people give us. We don't have any corporations funding us. That's part of our platform. We're we the people. So we are trying to get over the hump as a grassroots organization, and we've come a long way. And right now, we're on the largest building that we've done since the inception of the organization. So we're hoping for a landslide here in the next year or so. Does that help?
Did that answer the question?
Okay, I'm muted. Well, actually, so you're saying, except for our volunteers, I mean, you're all giving wonderful time and energy and talent, that the $15 a month membership is what's funding us, paying for the banners, those products, the paraphernalia? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Vicki. That's what we're saying. Okay? That's all we fund with, okay? Anybody else have a question? All righty, if it's all done, then we're going to move along and close meeting up. We've got the winner for the T-shirt. We'll get that out to you, and I will be picking a random number from the rest of the people that answered the question correctly, which is great. And remember, we got a swamp to drain, so let's all get to work. And you have a great day, okay? Thanks so much for coming. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. I can't on me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.